After passing the 12th standard, I knew that I will have to go out of my town for better opportunities, be it educational, professional, or anything. Cause I am from a small town which can't offer me much. Won't gonna lie, the initial days out of your home were really tough. Now, I love people, new challenges, and a new setup, which is why I could get over this homesickness pretty soon. But for many, it's not the same, and I can't even tell that it's their fault. So for me, the primary challenge was adapting with the fooding habits. Firstly, it was vegetarian, which wasn't an issue because I love veg food. But again, I never really stayed away from non-veg food for more than 2 days in a row back at home. Hence, my first sacrifice was to say no to non-vegetarian food. This wasn't the biggest challenge though. The one which was tough to deal with was that almost 14 of us lived together in a small apartment. A room shared by 4, a small bathroom. The situation was really difficult. You may love to interact, you may love to talk to people, but at the end of the day, your comfort matters too. You need some space. I'm not talking about the privacy part because we Indian children don't usually get that at home even. We usually get our room, but it doesn't stay our room. But yes, we can still comfortably sleep, do our work, which isn't possible in a hostel or at a PG. So, I had to sacrifice my comfort. This is how many people sacrifice even more vital things from their life. But the only concern which should be kept in mind is that all these sacrifices will only count when you don't sacrifice your large actual dream.
What are you even saying? Why will someone make these small compromises when they aren't heading towards something big they want to achieve in life?
I have a very relevant example for this too. So, I went outside my town to pursue a course which I really liked. I wanted to. But there are infinite amount of students and many of my friends who go out to pursue a course which they don't even want to look at. So in that case, your sacrifice doesn't make any sense. You just make your parents happy. That too for the time being. Because at the end of the day, you will fail. You are bound to fail. You can't achieve much in a platform which isn't made for you. At this point, whatever money I get, I try to use most of it behind my podcast's promotion. I don't have much to spend right now, which means I have to sacrifice much of my worldly pleasures in this process. But yes, I think it's actually worthy enough. We know life isn't a bed of roses. It's full of thorns. But the thing you may not know is that you do have a choice for thorns in many aspects. Yes, and still people end up choosing the wrong thorns. Maybe due to peer or family pressure, primarily, or many other reasons. But I don't see any sense in doing that. Because already, there are so many facets where you don't get to choose the obstacle. So why choose something wrong where you are given the choice?
No, but mistakes may happen. You may not be able to know what you really want very early. Then,
of course, clarity of thoughts isn't always present. Even I had a clarity of just what course to pursue. I never had an idea about what next. But now I do have that idea. I am talking about the people who know what's right for them, but due to various factors, they don't get to choose the right path. There's no use sacrificing in vain. If you need to give up on something, we should do it when that makes us not compromise with our final dream. The way up there is definitely tough, but in most cases, you will cherish it because you will stay motivated by the zenith. You will have to go through countless sacrifices, which will only be worthy if you achieve your dream. Otherwise, you will end up being a depressed human who has just made his life a breeding ground of sacrifices with no end result. I will tell you something. You must have encountered some people in your vicinity particularly the elderly ones who have told things like, "Oh, I have sacrificed so much in my life. You all won't be able to do even 10% of it." Why will someone come and brag about their sacrifices? You have heard even celebrities doing that, talking about their struggle. That makes sense because the world of stardom is mostly based upon connections. And when people with the least of connections make it to the top, I believe that they deserve to talk big. But for the common people, it's mostly like blowing their own trumpet because they have taken the sacrificial way aimlessly. Most people don't know what they aim for, which is why they throw the arrow aimlessly and go haywire.
Okay, that's great. But there are times when you need to sacrifice your dreams due to many conditions around you. And please don't say that it's an exception like you always say when you don't have an answer. This is quite common. The situation may not favor your dreams. Then what?
Look, I'm not saying that it's an exception, but you often compromise because you are not able to speak up for yourself. Finance can be a legitimate issue, but I'm pretty sure that it's not the primary reason for us to give up on our dreams. It's mostly because we have a vague vision, which doesn't give us the required toughness. Let's take an example. I know a guy who wants to be an actor, but unfortunately he has found himself stuck in this educational cycle. He can't speak up boldly simply because he isn't sure about what he wants. He has doubts on whether he will make a good actor. Most people lack this clarity, so they keep making sacrifices in vain and fail to get to their utmost goal. This is what breaks them entirely. It's high time we understand what we want and not waste time doing irrelevant things. Do what you actually want to. Work hard behind that. Keep struggling. You will get there without fail. But the first step herein is choosing the path. Then it's simple. You choose, you work harder, you fall, you get up, and finally you reach your destination. Countless sacrifices witness this journey of yours. One wrong choice can annihilate your entire life. Be wise. Never ever think of sacrificing your dream. Your dream matters. And that is what should keep you motivated all through. That's all. Thank you.